Hi guys, welcome to my channel S for Shivani. I am Shivani Saxena and I present before you a series of videos on corporate and preschool competitions called Outside Insight. In Outside Insight, I will present before you the campus, regional and national level winners of all the top competitions that are organized in any B school. These winners will discuss their winning strategies, the approach they adopted, and probably some secrets with you. The first video of the series, which was about the introduction to the approach towards competitions, is already up on my channel. If you haven't seen it yet, then before watching this video, watch that video and then continue. You can click at the eye pop-up at the top of the screen to have a look at more videos which are related to this one. Today, we have with us on the panel
If you like these kind of videos, then subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to never miss an update from me.
Thanks Aditi, Anand and Samarth for joining me in this initiative called Outside Insight. A very warm welcome to you guys here. I've been talking to few juniors from the Now MBA too, and they expressed some doubts, some hesitations when it comes to participating in competitions. So I have compiled a list of questions from them, which I will be asking you one by one. And you guys have to tell me what you did when you were in their situation, how you handled it, what your approach was. I want to know your personal reasons for participating in competitions, like what drove you guys. Starting with Samarth.
For me, the primary reason was gaining the practical knowledge. Since I was new to the field of finance and I had learned only the theoretical concepts, I was keen on applying these concepts in the practical world. The case studies that the various B school competitions offer give us a challenge to implement all our theoretical concepts into a practical one. And so this was my primary driving force.
Anand, what was yours?
So, as Samarth rightly mentioned, that the practical exposure was immense in the competitions. But adding to that, I think even the fact that because we had to actually show them very effectively what we have prepared for the presentation, so PPT skills, very neat structuring of the Excel sheets. So even that was one takeaway that I thought, because when you're doing a competition, you're really you are trying to speak to them in a very business informative way. So that was one plus point.
And what about you, Aditi?
So for me, I felt that I got an opportunity to apply my theoretical knowledge into a practical way. So whether doing the valuation of a company or presenting it, so it was more of a practical approach. Other than that, I felt that you get an opportunity to interact with different people when you're in a competition, because people from different B schools are there. Then you have the judges with varied experiences in their fields. So that way, the exposure is immense. Other than that, I feel B school competitions are a great way of getting you a PPI or a PPO from the respective companies.
Rightly said. After the competition is launched, what is the first step that you guys take? Is it about the team formation, or like even if you have been participating in lot of competitions together and you know you are going to form another team with the same set of people, how do you guys divide the work? Is there someone who specializes in, let's say, PowerPoint, someone who is good with number crunching? So how do you make that ideal team?
In my opinion, for competitions related to finance, it is very important that the team members complement each other. So it is not possible for each and every member to just focus only on the valuation or only on the presentation. All the team members have to come together and sit together and analyze both the portions of a case together.
According to me, also, as he rightly mentioned, that the joint effort was much required. Also, a lot of the technical parts of the case study competition, I think all three of us were required to actually brainstorm, because finance valuation case studies have a lot of assumptions. So that is not a solo approach. So three of us actually sat together for a lot of the work.
So what is the general approach you adopt towards the problem statement? How do you guys decide the flow of the presentation?
So basically, we start with the EIC analysis, which goes from economic, industry, and company analysis. So we start with a macroeconomic view and going down to the specific elements of the case study. So we start with industry research of that particular industry. If the case study is focused on a very particular industry, so we work on that, and then we start going towards the valuation of the company and the recommendation parts.
So what are the tools or some databases that you guys go through for finding the information?
So for college, college resources, we have obviously plenty of access to research reports. But for finance competitions, Bloomberg Terminal was of immense help, especially when you wanted to cross-check some, basic information. There are a lot of metrics like interest rates or, the company industry classification. All these things were very much checked on the terminal itself.
Bloomberg encompasses all the data that one needs to prepare a good valuation for a particular company. In case access to Bloomberg is not available, students can go through other databases such as Prowess IQ. They can get the risk-free rate maybe from the RBI website. They can calculate the market returns from the NSE and BSE websites. So other databases and tools are available for free as well.
Other than that, I feel even you can refer to the research reports that various company establishes from Deloitte or KPMG. So from there, you get a lot of viewpoints, broker reports. Like for financial valuation, I think broker reports are very helpful to get a head start.
Right, but the most important thing I feel is analyzing the annual report and the investor presentation of the company thoroughly. There may be certain insights given by the management in the annual report and in the investor presentations, which might not be available in other sources.
So I also want to know what are some important points that you guys keep in mind while making a PowerPoint presentation.
So firstly, font and the structure of the PPT has to be very, effective in explaining what we're trying to say. So if it's suppose you're trying to talk about the equity of the company, you have to exactly say why that company is justified, or what is the rationale. Suppose you are giving a kind of a recommendation, even that we had thought through many layouts to exactly come to that conclusion. So obviously, if you see banks, they follow a very preset method of showing data on a slide. So that is a very industry accepted method. So all three of us were aware, and we knew that that is something that we need to conform to, so that they also can relate to it rather than reading through the whole content.
I also feel regarding the Excel sheets, since we are mostly focusing on finance competitions, a lot of valuation and number crunching is involved in that. So at times, the judges will want to see your Excel sheet. So that should be also be made very presentable. It should be properly edited. The table should be in proper formatting so that it's visually aesthetic as the PPT is.
So tell me something about the standard techniques of research involved in case of finance specific competitions.
So basically, we start with a peer analysis, peer benchmarking of the kind of company or the industry we are given. So we basically see what is the revenue of the company or the volume in which it is trading to get a set of pool of peers with whom we can compare our current company. With this, we also have a method of valuating the company. So we are basically valuing the company in terms of its peers.
I would like to mention that there are different ways by which we can segment the peers. We can look into the business profile of the peers. We can also look at the financial profile of the peers. We need to consider both the quantitative as well as qualitative aspects in order to have a right set of peers for the company.
So apart from the peer and the benchmarking techniques that we used, so we had to also customize the valuation depending on the company specific the context. So our company was say a company that we are valuing, it's a conglomerate. So we had to take up a separate, we had to add our valuation framework with another method too. So, you have to customize according to the requirement there. So it's not just that we stuck to 2, 3 methods. So we can also attach another method if we think that, that company would require as a justification.
So I'd like to end today's discussion by asking you one final question. What is that one quality you think determines a winner in case of these competitions? Starting with Samarth.
The one thing that I feel determines who wins the competition is teamwork. If all the team members have given their inputs and sat together to solve the case study, it reflects while we are presenting the case in front of a panel.
So apart, like just adding on to the teamwork reason also, it was also the fact that we were very equal in our presentation, in the sense that it was a very balanced presentation, and it showed the joint effort that we were complementing each other rather than overpowering each other's portions that were assigned. So I think a judge will like to see how we we are working as a team in the end. Yeah.
And what about you, Aditi?
So basically, I feel since it's a finance competition, it's too much already, the numbers are already there. So, more than that, if we can come up with a unique solution to the given problem, other than the numbers, it gives an advantage. It gives us a competitive edge and it lets you stand out. So, I feel if possible, we can come up with some unique solution. And I think for that, we can consider some previous company solutions, like from day to day what is happening in the news, and from that if we can pick up something, it will give an edge because it becomes more practical in the approach.
So thank you guys for taking out time from your busy schedule. I know all of you are working right now, but still you took out your time. And I want to thank you guys for helping the juniors by giving your outside insight.
Thank you guys for watching this video. To motivate me to make more such videos, like this video and subscribe to my channel. If you subscribe to my channel, you will get an alert every time I post a new video. Keep coming back to see more videos.